To all Dharma brothers and sisters throughout the world, I would like to extend my very warm greetings and best wishes on this very auspicious occasion of the Vesak month. As now we are approaching the Vesak month, I would like to explain how important it is. Vesak month, or in Tibetan we call it saka dawa, is the month where our great Lord Buddha was born and also entered into the maha, pari, nirvana, and also attaining enlightenment, and also renounce the worldly life. So I said many very important events are all happening during this month. So therefore, during this month, it is very important that we must make every effort to abstain from the non-virtuous deeds and to practice the virtuous deeds and to accumulate the merits. The reason why it is so important to accumulate the merits is that human beings and animals, everybody, whether you are believer or non-believer, or whether you are human beings or non-human beings, everybody wish to be free from suffering. No one wants suffering. And everybody wish to accomplish happiness. But although we make every effort to accomplish happiness, but the real happiness we could not accomplish unless we attain the liberation and enlightenment. So our ultimate goal is to attain the full enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To do that, you need to accumulate a lot of merits and also wisdom. The enlightenment is accomplished just like the birds fly in the sky with the two wings, that we also need both the method and wisdom. The method side is to accumulate the merits. And there are lots of ways to accumulate the merits, such as like making offerings to the noble ones and giving alms to the needy ones and to save lives and etc. And then also to allow doing prostrations, accumulations, etc. There are many different activities, physical activities and verbal activities, such as like recitation of the prayers, recitation of the mantras, etc. All of this is, of course, a great way to accumulate the merits. But the most important merit, most effective way to accumulate the merits is to create the enlightenment mind. And this enlightenment mind rises out of love and compassion. Love means that just like every mother loves their child, so we also want every sentient being to be happy and to be with the cause of happiness. And the compassion means to protect from the suffering of samsara, any kind of suffering. Anybody who you see anyone who is physically or mentally suffering, to protect them is the way to accumulate to create the compassion. So therefore, the compassion is very important. in the beginning and in the meantime and in the final stage also. The compassion is the most important thing. And this, we all have a certain amount of compassion when we see somebody who's suffering. We all have some feelings to save them from the suffering, some kind of feelings. So this, but at the moment what we have the compassion is only limited. But what we need is we need the compassion to all sentient beings, irrespective of those whom you know, those who you don't know, those who are near, those who are distant, every sentient beings, friends and enemies, everybody, without any exception. We want everybody because we believe in rebirth. This is not the only life that we have. We had innumerable lives from the beginning last time until now, that we have so many lives. And also in the future also, unless we attain the enlightenment or the liberation or the enlightenment, we continue to have the lives. So in this way, the life goes around and around, and so every sentient being is related to us. Due to the change of life, that we could not recognize each other, and we see some as a friend, some as enemies, some as indifferent. But in reality, every sentient being, including our most hated enemies, are also our very dear mother and father and so on. And so therefore we must generate compassion to all sentient beings, to be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. And then when you have a real, genuine compassion, from there it rises the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means the enlightenment mind, which means to attain the full enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. To save one kind of disease, one kind of suffering, if you could remove, of course you can get enormous amount of merits. But if you save all sentient beings from all forms of sufferings, then how much merit you can get. And so therefore it is very, very important to generate a compassion. And so generating the compassion is the most effective way to accumulate the merits. So during this month, whatever virtues deeds that we practice, it multiplies to hundreds and thousands of times. And so therefore we must not waste our time, and we must make every effort to be free from the non-virtuous deeds. Non-virtuous deeds means the deeds that came from defilements like desire, anger, ignorance, etc. And so those things, physically, verbally, and mentally, the non-virtuous deeds that we must try to abstain. And also I strongly advise during this month that we must abstain from eating any meat or meat-related food. So to be vegetarian during this month is, of course, a great way to act as a compassion in action. Compassion, we talk about compassion and we generate compassion, but the main thing is that we have to put it in action. In action, then of course it is a great way so therefore we must make every effort to generate the compassion during this month. And plus, of course, every virtuous deeds that we can do, whatever, like, as I said, like doing prostrations, circumambulations, making offerings, giving alms, protecting needy ones, helping those who are in trouble, etc. Of course, those also is a great way of doing it. So the main thing is, and so in this way, if you have enough merits to accumulate, then the wisdom also can arise. The wisdom and merits depends on each other. So if you have enough merits, then you also near to understand the wisdom. Wisdom is, of course, difficult to understand. Wisdom means actually the ultimate truth of all phenomena. There are many different schools that describes the truth, but the ultimate truth is what we call Madhyamika, or the middle way schools, by the great master Nagarjuna has explained. And there he said all phenomena are emptiness, or in other words, emptiness does not mean just empty, but it is away from all ways of description. Reality, ultimate reality, is beyond speech, beyond description, beyond and so with that merits on one side, to accumulate the merits, and another side the wisdom, and do together, then we can attain enlightenment. If we could attain enlightenment, of course, that is the greatest achievement. That is the greatest thing that we could do. Even just to the dream, or even just to think about attaining the enlightenment, has a great merit. And so during this month, also appeal to everybody that there are many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and they all are same. They all have no difference. But some Buddhas that we have a karmic connection, during this eon, there will be 1,000 Buddhas. Our present Buddha is the Shakyamuni Buddha, the fourth Buddha, and he is our Lord. He is our refuge. He is our protector. So we must make every effort to generate a great devotion and faith and to the Buddha, the Lord Buddha. So during this month, as I already explained to you, how important month this month is, because it is the month that all the Buddha's great activities occur during this, performed during this month. So during this month, whatever merits that we make, it multiplies to millions and millions of times. So I appeal to everybody to make every effort to accumulate the merits, and then also to remember the Buddha and his great activities. The Buddha's qualities, there's no limit. The birds fly in the sky, not because there's no enough space to fly, but due to the exhaustion of their own strength, they return. Similarly, anyone who try to describe the Buddha's qualities, due to the exhaustion of one's own efforts, they end. Otherwise, Buddha's qualities, that there's no limit, there's no end. The Buddha's qualities, no matter how many eons and eons we describe, that it does not even reduce, not only ends, but only reduce. The Buddha's qualities have no limits. And so the Buddha's these great qualities that we must remember, and then also to recite the Buddha's mantras like Te Yatha Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Sakya Munaye Soha. This is a very important mantra to recite during this month. And so with that we must make every effort physically, verbally, and mentally to have the great merits, so that we can purify our negative deeds and also to accumulate the great merits during this month. And so I wish everybody to have a great success in your spiritual endeavor. May the blessings of the Lord Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha be with you now and always. Thank you.